Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to all your love and support and your large number of $10 and $20 donations, we're only $150 away from saving Thor news for February. And my landlady gave me a one-day extension, so hope still survives. How weird is the weather? Well, let me tell you, we had an extra tropical cyclone baryonic type thing off the East Coast last night, and still kind of right now. It brought some rain to North Carolina, not a ton, but the fact that it spun up and kind of headed east, or west, I should say, when none of the models predicted it, is very strange. See, Noah Brower. Yes, this is indeed an extratropical cyclone that is more or less equivalent, barotropic. No directional geostrophic shear. Little temperature advection. It is also in the left exit region of a 90 to 95 knot jet streak. So yeah, things are weird, getting weirder. And we've been focusing on the big storms that have been hitting California. They're still getting rain. As is also noted here on the Twitter, which is the best place for the up-to-date, up-to-minute weather. Here's another look at that barotronic cyclone thing that was off North Carolina. And then this is from 35 minutes ago. And here's a look at the radar right now, quite active across the San Joaquin Valley with multiple significant weather advisories in effect. And I got to say that both me and the King of Weather Twitter, whose blog I always recommend you take a look at, tough to deny, quite tropical link for the very heavy rainfall coming. So yeah, in about a week, California and the West Coast is going to begin getting a whole lot more rain. So that is something to look out for. Wow, and just watch all the weird processes going on. Luckily, there's a cutoff here, so this moisture will be pushed into Mexico and then Nevada and then across the United States. But one of the things I got to tell you is it looks like there's going to be a whole lot of rain across pretty much all of the United States over the next 2 weeks. We're about to enter the very wet period of a pattern. And April 1st is when severe weather season officially starts. Although it's felt pretty severe weathery to me, bro. And so over the next week, models agree that you're going to get a heavy swath of rain all the way from Kansas, Nebraska, Tennessee, Illinois, Minnesota, this whole area, Ohio. So that is pretty much guaranteed. But if you look at the models, which have been erratic, but we're going to look at them anyways, this shows heavy rain. And this is like 3 to 5 inches anywhere you see this color. And this is up to 20 to 12 inches. So you're going to see heavy rain across pretty much the majority of the United States. Both models agree, the GFS and the FB3 agree that we're looking at a large rain period over the next 2 weeks. Now, we're going to run down and take a look at the, when they do their model runs. Like I said, they've been changing daily. None of the models got that extra baryonic cyclone looking thing. Now, wait, let me go to, this is a 48-hour look. Bing, bing, bing. But you can see, man, it looks pretty stormy, wet, snowy, sleety, and peachy. Look at that peach color. It's so cute. This is over the next 48 hours. Now let's take a look at right now. And as you can see, got a giant snow brain with a sleet neck and then a rain body moving east. It's supposed to go north, so hopefully it won't cause a lot of troubles, but you know, things have been pretty wild and wacky and up in the air. And it's like the whole world is as unstable as my own situation. So yeah, they're getting spotty on and off showers with some 1 or 2 heavy rain bands for minutes up on the West Coast. And now let's look at the rundown of the models. If you want to, if that's your thing. I had to get my sense of humor back. So the thing about getting the shit kicked out of you for like a year and a half straight is your sense of humor kind of goes down a little. But as you can see, we're getting that heavy rain band being pulled up from Texas all the way into the East Coast, and that thing is going to repeat. We see our next storm on the 11th move through California, as we've already had 2 storms move through the middle of the United States. And on here is when we start to see this would be the 15th, which will be 11 days from now. As you can see, you're going to start to see a pretty nasty wet pattern. Like that is another one that pretty much soaks the coast and puts a lot of precipitation in the southern California. There you've got like 4 or 5 states totally covered in either snow or rain. And so that pattern, I mean, that's like a 4 or 5 day pattern where, and then you get another semi-cyclone thing moving in. Now look at the FB3 GFS's rundown. And as you can see, it moves most of the rain out by Wednesday. So you should get a few days to clear up. But then on Saturday, the GFS has more rain moving into California. So this almost has a non-stop period on the regular GFS. And so your next major storm would be around the 11th. So we're looking at some major rain for California on the 11th. And I think this is the cutter Cranky's been breaking down. Wait, which one was it? Maybe it's this one. Yeah, on the 7th. Cranky has a Cranky's blog, which is spectacular, breaks down everything in every way. Almost. I highly recommend you take a look at it. Like it's right here. Here's one. This is his blog. And he's showing the options on our 2.7. Is it going to be fastball? Is it going to be a cutter? Is it going to get cut off? Who knows? But his blog is a thing of beauty, and he does it almost every day. I highly recommend it. It's at stormhamster.com, and then just the date. I usually leave the links to it. But he's breaking it down for people, saying, here are pretty much our options. You got my speculative. How many more times could he offer? I don't know. Let it lie. Let 2.7 evolve and pass. But here we're looking at, it's either going to be a southern slider, a northern slider, or an apps cutter. Because no matter what, I mean, it looks like both coasts are going to be getting pretty wet and nasty. And we're going to be getting this pattern just repeat. And then this shows there's going to be a torch heat up, and then it might get cold again in the middle of February. I think this might be the thing he's talking about. Maybe. But look at the West Coast gets soaked again. And y'all's infrastructure and geology really isn't set up for a whole lot of rain with all the architecture that goes on there. And, you know, the way the whole system is set up with the roads and landslides and mountains. I mean, traffic there is already a nightmare without any problems. So here we're looking at this thing. This was the extratropical baryonyx cyclone doohickey that grew, sat, and spun. And technically it's sitting and spinning still, I think. It's just weird times, man. I tried to do a bunch of videos last night in front of the camera, or tried to describe the experience of the last few years, but I couldn't do it very well because I like to be funny and amusing, and I don't know, it's just been, the last few years have been a downer for like all of society, not just me. Look at that giant, can you imagine if that was a storm heading toward us? Things are crazy all over. And so yeah, everybody get prepared for pretty stormy February. Hopefully we're going to get a few day break here so I can work on some videos that don't have anything to do with weather. I'd like to take a break, not from working, but from talking about weather for a while. There's so much else going on. Who knows? I guess one step at a time, and I have to make it. So if you love Thor News and appreciate me and have the means to contribute, we're only about $150 away from saving my ass once again. As I do everything I can, I literally, like, the only thing I do is work or sleep or pray. And so, if you can, please make a contribution or donation to my PayPal link. It will be in the information box, along with Cranky Weather Guy's blog link. And I will stay at it, and I'll be here all night knocking them out until the hackers knock me out, whichever comes first. I love you guys. I really appreciate it. You guys have been super fantastic pretty much the whole time I've been doing this. You guys are the reason I do this, although I hoped that we would all unite a little faster, but only time will tell. God bless everyone. Everybody stay cool, and may the force be with y'all always.